Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, hi and hello, and welcome to LSR Garage. In this video, we're going to change the left control arm on a Charan 1.4 TCI with a DSG 6-speed. The replacing procedure of the lower arm is fairly identical for any VW car or cars that have a MacPherson front suspension system. There are multiple reasons for one to replace lower control arm, from bushing failure to bending or cracks. But for me, it's another issue, unfortunately. I bought the car from a dealer of used cars, and upon discussing with him and believing him, I ended up buying the car. But after a further inspection and a few headaches, obtaining its history file, I found that the car was involved in a mild crash, which meant replacing or repainting all the left side of the car. At this moment, I said I need to check it in depth and found a few issues that will be resolved, but most annoying part was the wheel alignment, where the front left wheel cannot be set correctly as it is tilted inwards, which meant that the car will pull to the right. Frankly, it's not that bad, but I don't like it and I need to resolve it. Being tilted inwards means also that the tire will wear faster on the inside, which is also unpleasant. For this, first we're going to replace the lower control arm, including two bushings and the knuckle, and the coupling rod or the stabilizing bar, and also replacing all the bolts with new ones. In a different video, we will replace the front struts, left and right, as the control arm, unfortunately, didn't fix the issue entirely. Hopefully, after all these operations, the wheel alignment will be done correctly. This being said, let's see what it needs to be done and how. Please also remember that I'm not a car mechanic, as you're going to see in the video. I'm kind of struggling sometimes and learning along the way. I have no trainings or anything like this in mechanics. I just like getting dirty and working on a car and resolving the issues by myself. I keep saying the left arm, the left control arm, because it is the left one, of course, but also because on the right side it's way easier, as you don't need to lower the whole assembly carrier. Because the left ball of the arm cannot be extracted as it hits the gearbox, which you don't have it on the right side. Fortunately, you don't need any special keys for this operation. From 10 millimeters to 18 millimeters, if you have them, it's perfect, plus one or two torques for the engine protection tray and stabilizing bar. That would be enough for the whole operation. It looks to be difficult in the video, and it's my first time doing it, so I'm kind of learning on the job, as I said. But it's pretty straightforward, not to say simple, because it's not. You raise the car, you put it on stand, security first. Take down the wheel, spray the bolts with penetrating lube, and then start unbolting. Start with the engine protection tray as the bolts soak. Then the main bolts from the control arm, right and left, the headlights auto leveling sensor, and the three nuts for the knuckle, stabilizer bar, and the nut on top of the knuckle.
We have a 10 here for the auto leveling. We have 18. We have 18 on this side, 16 for these two, and 16 mil also for the knuckle. So let's try and open this one. This should be easy. Okay. And now the most complicated one, I think, is this one here. Why complicated? Because it's most difficult to reach. Nope. So let me grab another key, an 18, just a second. So I have this one. I hope that you can see it. Let's see. Okay. It's not that difficult. So all of them seems to open. It's not big issues. We don't have big issues. But we do have another one here on the top of the knuckle. This one, which is an 18, and you cannot reach it unless you have a fixed key. But maybe I will open this one. Can we get it out? Yeah, I mean we should, because this one will drop. That one can drop without the screw. And I think that afterwards we can drop the knuckle separately. Let's see what the Volkswagen engineers have done. Oh my god, I don't believe it. Oh beep, sorry. Oh beep. You cannot take it out. And you cannot lift the gearbox. And you cannot lower this. Why would you do this to me? Oh my god. The subframe is for the steering column. This one it's also for the steering rack, sorry. Let me put it like this for you to see. So these two are for the steering rack. These two are for this stabilization bar, or how it's called, steering rack stabilization bar. These ones are for this wishbone, lower arm, lower control arm, whatever it's called. And this is for the frame. So if I'm going to open this one a little bit, it could get lower, but you still have the same one on the other side. What I'm going to do is open this one subframe and this one, which I've already started. I think that this is the only way for me to lower all the subframe a little bit, for me to be able to get the bolt out. So let me do this and I will get back to you, hopefully with good news in a few minutes. I ended up opening the subframe bolts, this one and that one over there, and everything already starting coming down a little bit. So I'm going to put you down here and try to continue, and I hope that you're going to be able to see what we are going to do. So we are going to open it a little bit and a little bit until the bolt clears out and we can take it off.
Things are getting a little bit complicated, as you can see, as you need to lower the subframe assembly carrier, the number 26 in the picture. For this, unfortunately, or I don't know if it's unfortunately or not, it's pretty easy. I needed to unbolt almost all the screws that the subframe has for me to be able to lower the arm a decent amount for the bolt to be extracted, to go below the gearbox. I couldn't find any other way to do it. If you have any other ideas or you know how to do it and I've did it wrong, please just write me a message. I'm very, very interested to find out.
Oh, success. The bolt is out, but I needed to open almost all of the subframe, meaning all of all of the bolts here, the bolts that are keeping the exhaust, and the main bolt like this one, but on the other side, that one. And with this piece of metal I was able to make it to take it out. Now I will need to do the same, but vice versa, to put it back in. Let's take out the arm. So this is what we need to replace. And now we need to take out the ball joint, the knuckle, ball joint knuckle, it's called, I don't know. I need to open this one, and then hopefully it's going to fall out. This one. So you have here the knuckle. It's not that bad, but I'm going to show you the new one. So yeah, this is the old one, which is like this. This is the new one that comes with bolts. Even this one on the upper side, and this is the new one. Oh my god. Okay, maybe down. It's more or less impossible to move. Oh, we now need to put back the knuckle. Need to put this here, put a few threads here. Okay, like this. And we are going to let it hang, because we need to put the lower arm. What do you do when this is 1 millimeter away from where it needs to go? Oop. You take a hammer and you help it. Da, da, da. Can you see here? This is the arm. This one needs to go in. Seems to be just a tiny itsy bitsy small millimeter fatter than the other one. And yeah, it was difficult to take it out. Now it's difficult to put it in. Oh my god. See, step by step. Step by step, oh baby. Yeah, victory. Okie dokie. Oof. That hurts in the ear. Oh my god. Is it good or not? Because we need to put a bolt. And that one, it's not easy to put in, so it's not perfect here. We're Let me try and see. On the way up. Nope. Now you can see it. It's almost perfectly aligned. Let's try again a little bit. Oh. Now we need to try and put the bolt back. The difficult bolt back.
After a few tries, the bolt is back on its place and everything seems to be aligning correctly.
So now the issue is that I cannot put back the knuckle because the arm, it's not in the position, so it's a little bit crooked, and I have to make it somehow go on that side for me to be able to put the bolts in, and then to raise the suspension a little bit for me to be able to put the knuckle in. I have 3 more bolts, but this is 1, this is 2, 4. We have the main bolt which goes here and needs to go a few millimeters on that side. So we are in a position. I'm also afraid to put my hand in there because at some point if he wants to go in and my finger is there, whew, that's not good. I'm going to lose my finger, which is bad. Very bad. What can we do? Can we force it in? So the camera stopped because of it was too warm. So now we need to raise the car from the knuckle. After we put the screw in and it's in, it's okay. She's going to be more or less leveled, you know, like you would be on a road with the car standing on its wheels. And so we are going to be able to torque them up, and also the knuckle will be in the right position for us to be able to screw in this one. Oh, come on. It is 18, 19, how much is it? 19, 12, yeah. 19 already, come on. Okay, this is the first shot, let's say. Now let's raise it up, please. First ones are these ones on the right. Okay, good and tight. one. So we need to torque this one, and we can torque it all the way because we simulate like it's on the ground by raising the suspension with the jack. Now we're going to tidy this up. Good. Let's check the other ones. This one. Good. We have the subframe here. We need to tighten this up back to its original position.
We're losing light fast, so at this moment I'm just tightening up everything what's loose to be able to finish this project. I'm torquing the stabilization bar, and afterwards the auto leveling needs to be in place. And in the end, I will mark all of the bolts with a red marker.
So this one is done. This one is done. This one has a weird position, but it's okay because it's going to move all over the place. This one it's tightened. This one is tightened. All of these are tightened. We have 2 more screws at the knuckle, and then this one, and then I think we're kind of done.
And also forgot to mention, don't stress about the wheel alignment, that the fact that now it's going to be worse than before, because anyhow you need to go to the shop and do the alignment regardless, so everything will be fine.
This was a 16 if I recall good. Let's see. Yes, it was 16. So I'm going to do something interesting. Let's mark the bolts with the marker, with the position that they are screwed in. And if something changes, God forbid, we are going to know it. Normally you do this with a paint marker, but mine, it's done. So I don't have a paint marker.
Thank you for watching, and being December, I wish you happy holidays and a wonderful new year. If you're not subscribed, maybe you should give it a try. It's completely free of charge. Thank you again, and see you in the next year.